big little legs. Skinny kid with plenty.
Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's ZTAY, aka Lil Red. We got why did the Warriors trade Jordan Poole by the man, Double D Worth. Before we get started, man, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Go support his channel if you haven't already. Let's get started, man.
Wow, bro. Oh my goodness. I feel like this is a good time to take a quote out of Stephen A. Smith's book. His very first move as the executive was to trade Jordan Poole for Chris Paul. Now, there's obviously just a bunch of things that just don't make sense about this whatsoever. I feel like the main part that just doesn't make sense is the fact that they're not planning, according to Marcus Thompson, the Warriors are not planning on moving on from Chris Paul or using him in some sort of other package to maybe acquire someone else like Paul George or something like that. That name's been thrown around
Paul George
the last couple weeks. He is apparently going to be staying on the team, which makes this one of the most confusing moves that I have ever seen in my entire life.
Bro, honestly, I think it's just so confusing because it's just straight up. Like, Jordan Poole for Chris Paul should not work straight up. And the fact that, like, the Warriors should be the one getting some draft picks for the future because Jordan Poole is only 24, Chris Paul's 38. You know what I mean? But instead, it's the Warriors giving them a draft pick. To me, it just doesn't make sense.
Because you trade Jordan Poole. While, yes, I have had some moments where I've been disappointed or like frustrated with Jordan Poole. I made a whole video about that kind of blew up. I still acknowledged in that video, by the way, which a bunch of people did not catch, I still acknowledged the fact that he's still a good player. Like, the player that we saw in his third season that is the reason why he got this huge contract in the first place. That player is still there somewhere, and he still showed that player in specific circumstances, like in specific lineups or whether he was starting or whatnot. But it was just the fact that he was so inconsistent that was the frustrating part. In the
I tried telling you guys, I tried telling Warriors fans, bro, you're 20 something years old, you're gonna be inconsistent. But the Warriors window, it's the sad part of the NBA. Like, for the Lakers, bro, LeBron James is older, so now there's so much pressure on D'Angelo Russell and Austin Reeves to play good. And if they have a bad game, even though they're not really that experienced in the league, you get slandered, especially on a big market team like the Warriors. In Jordan Poole's case, you get slandered and they have no patience with him. And that's what happens. You're going to end up trading him away for a bag of chips. Is a future Hall of Famer, but he's 38 years old, so the lack of patience from Warriors fans definitely played a lot into this. They got what they wanted. You guys didn't want Jordan Poole no more.
A situation where
you got what you wanted.
Not the first option. He's gonna look worse, and that's what we saw throughout the entire playoffs. But I still thought that even though he was probably still gonna be overpaid next year and the seasons after, like, I was still under the assumption that he could have spent the 2023 offseason maybe working on something else to give him more value, maybe working on defense, or, you know, like, even though he's, you know, not the biggest player, he still can improve on defense, because his problem that I've talked about before is just falling asleep at times. So even if he just learns how to play passing lanes and things like that, that's what Steph was doing back before he put on all the extra weight and extra muscle and, you know, became the really good on-ball defender that we know him to be right now. Like, he could have just done that and he could have been a more valuable player. Obviously, there's other things that, you know, he could have done, but that is just one thing that comes to mind.
You know what I noticed? Like, during the offseason, lots of Warriors fans, you know, like, obviously is like, oh, we need to trade Jordan Poole. He shouldn't be back on the team next year. Like, nobody, when he was on the team, was saying, you know, we're excited for Jordan Poole next season. We think he could be better next season, and we want him back. Nobody said that. Nobody on the Warriors, like, at least from my perspective, I didn't see any Warriors fans say they want Jordan Poole back. So, I don't know, man. This is what happens when fans overreact. And I'm not talking about Double D Worth. It's definitely not him. I'm talking about fans on Twitter overreacting about Jordan Poole, or just any player that, like D'Angelo Russell in the Lakers case. Like, that doesn't mean you get rid of them completely, because without them, Jordan Poole played 82 games, helped them get to the playoffs, helped them win a championship. D'Angelo Russell, without him, we would not have made the playoffs. But it's just such recent bias just because they didn't play that good in the playoffs. Fans just immediately want them off the team. And I guess they're really trying to fight for that Curry window to win another championship.
Is about to hit. It sort of makes sense from a money perspective, which is what I sort of thought this deal was.
Yeah,
when
for
it first
Draymond,
came
bro.
out. I was like, okay, this is confirming to me that they're keeping Draymond Green because they're trying to find a way to make the money work, because they were already way over the cap last season, and that was with Jordan Poole still making $3.8 million. Now he's making 28. So
damn,
like in my mind, it was pretty much.
I didn't even know they were over with 3.8.
Okay, this is like a salary dump situation. They're not gonna keep Chris Paul, or they're gonna do something. But now you have Chris Paul's contract, which at the moment
not that good.
Currently is guaranteed $15.8 million for next season, and the next season after that is not guaranteed at all. So they can just waive him after that and not really have to
retire after this season.
The thing about this season is that the $15.8 million turns into $30.8 million on June 28th. So what? That basically now just means that
this is the thing about Chris Paul. It was just an expected thing from the league that he's gonna get bought out, he's gonna get waived, and then teams can sign him for a lower contract. But the Warriors traded for him, and they said, you know what, now that we have him, let's not try to take a chance in free agency. Let's just keep him with this horrible contract. So I don't get it. I don't get it.
The entire money situation that I was thinking of
Mike
is
Dunleavy,
now completely
I don't know what you're doing, bro.
Because now you have Chris Paul that is about to make $2 million more than what Jordan Poole would have made next season anyway. And he's doing that while not really fitting with the team's play style, while being injury prone, while being 38, turning 39 years old next season. Like, I don't understand what this move is going to accomplish, because like I said before, Marcus Thompson has already said that the Warriors are planning on keeping him, which at this point I don't even know what to believe anymore, because Mike Dunleavy came out and said that Jordan Poole was going to be with the team for the next 4 years at least, and they traded him 3 days after he said that. And so I have no idea what's going on. I don't know.
That's crazy, bro. Oh my god, he really did do that. He took over and said, no, we're gonna have Jordan Poole here for the next 4 years, and then he said 3 days later they traded him. Oh my god. Oh, for Chris Paul. And they gave up a first-round pick. His top's already protected, but it's still in 2023. But still, I think they gave him a second round too. Oh my god.
What this team is planning on moving forward. I don't know what the Draymond Green contract is going to look like. I don't know if he's even staying at this point.
They did say the Kings are going after Draymond.
It's just a big question mark at this point. But I guess we will
imagine the Warriors lose Draymond and Poole.
Now move on to Jordan Poole's new future with his new team in the Washington Wizards.
It's gonna be fire, bro.
Are very much in rebuild mode, and that was clear.
Poole about to have that green light,
and the fact that they didn't really
do whatever he wants. About to be a pool party over there
in return, and a couple second-round picks. Like, you get that in return for someone who's about to make $46 million next season. Like, that's not ideal. Well, not ideal. That's okay. Let me be actually not be nice about that. That's a terrible return for someone who's about to make $46.7 million. And so you have that whole situation, and then you have the whole fiasco with Porzingis and whatever the hell that was, with the Celtics losing Marcus Smart. It's like a dude that nobody thought would ever get traded from that franchise. And so they were very obviously going into full rebuild mode, and everybody kind of understood that. And so now it looks like they're going the route of building around Jordan Poole for the future, which, I mean, it definitely could work, because now he is in a situation
his own team
that I feel benefits him the most, where he's the primary ball handler. And so now when you have Jordan Poole in that position now, it definitely could make for an interesting situation, because I feel like this is known by everybody at this point, but Jordan Poole is obviously a much better player when he is given the freedom to do whatever he wants. And that's been clear pretty much from his third season or so, when he started breaking out. Whenever he was on the floor and Steph wasn't, it was like watching a completely different player. Like he looked like an all-star at points, but obviously with having Steph on the floor, he's not given that type of freedom, because Steph is obviously the best player on the team and the franchise player.
He's not a good role player. He's a good star player.
Drastically fall off whenever he wasn't in that position. So now that he's being given the freedom to kind of do whatever he wants, that is going to be really good for him. And whether it is going to lead to wins wins, I have no idea, because like I said before, the Wizards are rebuilding, and so it may not lead to wins right away.
Hey, listen, this is what I can't say about the situation though. Like, everybody got what they wanted. Why did Draymond punch Jordan Poole? He wanted that big contract. He felt like he deserved it. Obviously, that's not why he said he did it. He said Jordan Poole's too cocky, whatever. And he talks too much. But we all know Draymond was mad because he didn't get the contract, whatever. Guess what? They get rid of Poole so they could save money to re-sign Draymond Green for the, like, recently he's saying I'm worth $100 million. So I don't know how much Draymond's gonna make, but he's gonna make what he thinks he's gonna make. And his career matched up with Curry, Jordan Poole, he wants to be that guy. He wanted to be that guy in Golden State, and they didn't let him. They started cutting his minutes. Steve Kerr took away his minutes. He's mad. Guess what? They trade him to a team. Here are the keys, sir. Washington is all yours. Jordan Poole gets what he wants. Chris Paul, he wants a ring. Suns like, man, I don't know if we want you no more. We're going to get rid of you, bro. Goes to the Wizards. He's like, damn, what the hell, the Wizards? I might go to the Lakers, try to get a ring. Now he's going to the damn Warriors. A team that he just came out and said, when we played for the Rockets, our game plan was to literally strategize how to beat the Warriors every year. So everybody's happy. But what was given up, and you're trying to look at what's fair and what's not, I think the Warriors are really compromising their future. Like, Jordan Poole was really their future after Curry was gone, and they still could get him back in free agency. Who knows, when Curry's gone, Poole might want to come back because he likes it here. But yeah,
it very much could be the same situation as someone like Jeremy Grant, for example, who was traded to the Detroit Pistons a couple seasons ago, and his numbers were inflated, but obviously it didn't lead to anything of value because he was on the Detroit Pistons. So it very much could be something along those lines, but obviously we'll have to wait and see to
I hope Poole shocks all these Warriors fans, bro,
in the coming seasons. But that is gonna be interesting to look at. I wish him nothing but the best, even though I've been called a Jordan Poole hater in the past for some of the things that I've said about him, some of the videos that I made. But I think people kind of gloss over the fact that, like, I was critical of him because we were in a win now situation, but I still understood that he was a player that brought value to the team. Like, he was still a good player that I enjoyed watching a lot of the time. It's just that there are some things that I have criticisms of, and criticism does not equal hate. Let's get that out of the way. But again, wish him nothing but the best. I now have to root for Chris Paul to win a ring on my team, and so we will see how that plays out. But with all that,
I love this, man. I'm not gonna lie, I love this. Warriors fans hate Chris Paul. They hate all the flopping. Heard it all damn last year, and guess what? Now they get a player that's all that. So now you guys are gonna have to learn to appreciate the art. Thank you, basketball guys. Thank you. You know, it's the lesson for the Warriors fans. You guys gotta appreciate a new art of the game. Adapt and grow. And for all the Jordan Poole haters that were on the Warriors franchise, all the Warriors fans hated Jordan Poole, and they think that he was gonna be trash and, he sucks. He gonna go to a different team and average 25 points a game. And best believe when he plays the damn Warriors, think about what Damian Lee did to you guys the first time he played you last season in the regular season. He's gonna cook. I like it. So Warriors' future is gonna be in question once Curry is gone.
That being said, I want to know what you guys thought about this trade. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you're new. Hit the bell to be notified when I upload. Comment down below what you want to see next.
Man, hope you guys enjoyed, man. Go hit the like button on Double D's channel. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't for him. Subscribe for me, man. Let me know your guys' thoughts on the Jordan Poole situation, the Chris Paul situation. Warriors fans, how you guys feel about getting Chris Paul? Let's just talk about that part right there. Because you can't change what happened. Now that you have Chris Paul, how do you think you guys could win? Do you want him starting with Curry with those little lineups that Steve Kerr loves? You want Draymond at center, Wiggins at the 4? Or do you want Chris Paul off the bench? Where do you think your rookie's fitting in with the lineup? Let me know down below in the comments, man. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is ZTAY. Peace.